Good morning, District 5320. Good morning, how are you? Come on. Good morning, how are you? If anyone out there knows me, you know that I am so chipper in the morning. What? I am. I'm chipper in the mornings. On the golf course, I mean. Anyways, welcome. And thank you so much for getting up early. Although I know a lot of you are normally up early and sending emails at this hour. I'm normally sleeping, to be honest. But I was excited to be here. I was excited about this morning. So again, thank you for coming. Earlier this year, I was at PETS with some of you presidents at PETS, and we talked about membership. We went around the room, and I heard words from you like, your membership is stagnant. Your membership is aging. You have declining membership. Few women members. No women members. Retaining members was a problem. Indifference about growth. And some of your members were fined for networking. Today we're going to have a serious talk about membership. We're going to talk about ideas for growing your membership, retaining members, networking in Rotary, and RI Director Ken Boyd is here from Central California to talk about the Ignite program that will help with all those things. So at this time, let me have our District Governor Ray Shire come forward, and she can introduce Ken for us. Thank you. Ray.
Nobody told me we were supposed to be serious. What do you mean serious? Now this morning, it's really my great pleasure to introduce immediate past director Kenneth R. Boyd. He is here today because his passion is membership. And he is here today because he has been the driving force behind the Ignite program. This is one of the zone ideas in our Rotary world is split into zones, and our directors represent those zones on the International Board of Directors. And zone to zone to zone, they have created membership programs that they believe are most relevant to the Rotarians in those areas. So a few years ago, Ken began working on the Ignite program. But this is certainly not his first rodeo. Ken also served as the World Membership Chair for Rotary. And in that time, he conceived and developed with his committee a program that resulted in the largest single year's growth in Rotary's history, with approximately 55,000 new members around the world, 1,158 new clubs, and those new members generated an estimated 7 million hours of humanitarian service, and over 5 years added about $25 million to the Rotary Foundation coffers. Ken really believes that the individual can have a meaningful impact on the lives of those we serve. And I believe that that is the key to connecting to new Rotarians, existing Rotarians, our young family of Rotary, Rotaract and Interact, making those personal connections. And so I do know that during the course of his interactive presentation today, I've been warned, now I'm warning you, that we will be focusing on how we can improve our relationships and how that will improve the membership of our clubs. So without further ado, let's get to it and hear from immediate past International Director Kenneth R. Boyd. I believe this microphone is also available for Ken. Yes? Yes? Do I have an answer?
Can you hear me?
No.
Oh, yeah. No. You need the mic. Okay, that's what I needed to know.
Is this mic also available?
That's right, I'm going to use this. That's good. All right. No, I want that right there, right there. Where are you going to put it?
Closer to you, right there.
Oh my gosh. Okay. It's good to have such attention, you know. All right. You know what interactive means? It's your meeting, not mine. So I got to, you know, I went around and shook most of your hands. I didn't probably get everybody. Whose did I not shake? I missed more than I thought. Well, I apologize. I'll shake your hand later. But interactive means that I'm going to ask questions. You get to answer them. Isn't that fun? Are you guys awake? Yeah. I want you to know that I drove here last night, arrived a little bit after 12, got in bed at 1 o'clock, couldn't go to sleep. I don't know why. So I got back up, did a whole bunch of little things that I needed to get off of my mind, went back to bed at 2:30. The alarm went off at 5:30, so I've got 3 hours sleep. So if I fall asleep, I've got an excuse. But you have no excuse. Okay, interactive. Let me find out who I've got here, and I just want by show of hands. First of all, how many past district governors have I got in here? Okay, you guys stand up. We'll start off with, excuse me, Judy, you can stay seated. The rest of you, wonderful past district governors, stand up. All right. All right. Good to have you here. Stay standing. All right. How many new members are you going to bring in? See, I'm going to make it easy for you. I was going to say, how many new members did you bring in the last 10 years? But I'm going to ask, how many are you going to bring in this year? Two. Four.
Wow.
4.
I already got 2 in the pipeline. Didn't count those.
14. Oh, I'm sorry, 2 in the pipeline. That is 14. I've been adding. You know, I'm a mathematical genius here, you know.
What's the bid at?
Double it. So what are you going to do?
28.
2 or 3? 2 or 3. That is really a commitment for 2. Let's be realistic here. 2. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's not a commitment. I need a number.
25.
You're going to bring in 25. You're going to start a new club. Are you really going to bring in 25? That's fabulous. Okay, you may sit down. Now, what I would like you past district governors to do is when you bring in your 2, I would like to have a phone call from you. Would you call me? Is there anybody of you that will not call me when you bring in the 2? Well, Jarita, did you give me a number?
You didn't ask.
And Judy, I didn't ask you either, did I? Okay, Jarita, how many are you going to bring in?
Yeah, Judy and I know this treatment. Actually,
All right. I'm going to tell you a story now, and I'm going to change the complexion here about women in Rotary in about 2 seconds. Give me your number, though, please.
12.
12. Oh my gosh. Judy. 2 women. Good for you. You know, many years ago when we put together the membership plan, those days it was called Rotary's Global Quest, and we established for the first time the zone membership coordinators, which today are called Rotary coordinators, and they've gone full circle. They went from being in charge of membership to being in charge of almost everything to back to the point of being in charge of membership, because they realize that they can't do everything and membership is big enough just for them to handle. Anyway, I received a scathing letter, and the letter said, I'm really upset with you. You have these 41 coordinators around the world and you don't have enough women on your group. And I wrote it back the letter, and this is basically what the letter said. It says, you know, I didn't even consider women. I only considered Rotarians. This is a true story, because we never did talk about women. We talked about who's the best Rotarian. And I said, it's very interesting to me that you're criticizing me, because we have on our committee 10%. But we only have 7% women in Rotary, so are you asking me to reduce the number? So we're looking for good Rotarians. And for me, it isn't women in Rotary. It's Rotarians that we look at, how good they are. And I prefer that. I think that we need to get away from the other side. Okay, enough said on that particular one. All right, we got the commitment from the past district governors. Did anyone add those up for me? About 53 is the number that I have, okay? Now, Ray, just want to let you know that you have 53 new members that are going to come in from your past district governors, and they gave a commitment. They're all going to call me.
Thank you very much, past district governors, for leading the way.
All right, what did I just do? Because this is you're being trained now. So tell me what I just did with the past district governors. Right here. I obtained a commitment, okay? And what else did I do besides attaining a commitment? What did I ask for? Follow-up. And how was that follow-up?
Phone call to you.
Phone call to me, all right? So now, mind you, past district governors, I've got your number and your face and your name in my mind. And I do expect a phone call from you. Now what did I just do? I threatened them. I don't think I threatened anybody, but oh my gosh, he says he does. Now I want you to know that I've given seminars like this all over, and I get phone calls from all over the world, and it's absolutely fascinating to me because I not only do this with district governors, but past district governors, but I do it with other people, and I get calls like this. Hey Ken, this is Joe. You remember me, don't you? Oh yeah. And where are you from? Joe? I'm from Hawaii. Yeah, I remember you now. But anyway, it is actually thrilling when I get the phone calls. It really is. Because membership is my thing, and I love it. But you have to do the same type of thing. You must get commitments from people. One of the problems that we have had is that we don't get commitments. This is what we normally do. Presidents. How many presidents have I got here? This is a normal president response to the membership. We know we have a membership problem, and we've got to do something about it. And you as a club, I'd like you to get out there and bring the members in. And if you'll do that, and we grow, we'll have all of these wonderful reasons of why we're doing it, et cetera, 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 et cetera. And so, as a result of that wonderful statement, we have not been growing for 10 years. Because we think that that's the way to do it, and it's not. In fact, I've told people I'd like you to stop asking for members. I'd like you to get out there and do something. And so today we're going to try to figure out if we can do something. So let's start off, and we're going to start off from the district. Ray, come right up here, would you? Let's put the governor. I like putting governors and past district governors on the spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me get my water here. Okay, Ray. The most important thing that you could do is to choose a membership chairman for the district.
For the district.
And have you done that?
I spy a membership chairman in the back.
Very
Brian
good.
Jefferson of Anaheim Hills Rotary.
Now, the smartest thing that you can do is let him answer all the rest of the questions for
There we
you.
go.
You see, the governor has started off doing her job, and she chose, and Ray, I was going to ask you, in a membership chairman, what are you looking for? Personality-wise and things of that nature. You might as well build him up to beat as you can now, because I might deflate him in about 2 minutes.
Well, he still answers my phone calls, so that's obviously the first thing. I look for someone who's really passionate about membership growth, and who had a history of bringing in many members in his own club, and who was interested beyond his own club in the health and vitality of all the clubs in the district. So that's why I picked you, Roy. Did you know that?
You also picked a good-looking guy?
Yeah.
All right. Now, and also a future governor, maybe? This is how we promote people, you know? You know, did you hear what she said? Did you hear what she said? She said something very important that ties into something that you told me earlier. Did you hear her? Or were you just up here stunned that you had to stand in front of
You
everybody?
know, I did hear her. I listened to my
Okay.
governor.
And what did she say?
She said that I was very handsome.
No, she didn't say that. I said that. That's the takeaway. Oh, brother. You know, this is how you do it, you know? You want people to bring someone in, new members, you're really handsome, you know? You're bringing a new member.
She did mention that I had brought members into the club and I was passionate about membership.
Yeah, and she also said something else that you have to listen. You know, one of the things that I found, hang on, is that people don't listen. You know, they're not listening to what's being said.
Especially at 8 o'clock.
Especially at 8 o'clock in the morning. So she said something, I heard her say it, that's something that you really want to have happen. And you told me earlier this morning, so I've heard it twice now. And can you remember what you told me?
I wanted membership to grow.
Yeah, and how? What was one of the things? There was another way that you and I talked about.
I want our members in this district to recruit to Rotary, not just try to recruit to their clubs.
Thank you. All right. Ray, you can sit down, but I'm keeping this guy up here for a minute.
But she didn't say that.
Yes, she did. Not in those words, but she said.
I heard the return phone call part.
Who are you?
My name is Chet and I'm from the Cerritos Club.
Yeah, well, Chet. Is he in your Chet, I'm assuming? Is he in your club?
No.
You know what? You're lucky. You're lucky that he's not in your club. Okay. But he said something very important, and that is he wants you to recruit to Rotary. Not necessarily just to your club. Last year I brought in only 4 members, which is low for me, but none of them were to my home club. All of them were around the area. Some not even in my own district. Okay? So that's something all of us can remember. You might want to write that down. Hey, we're recruiting for Rotary. We sometimes forget that, okay? Now, what is your main focus? What is your job? Here, take that now. I'm going to sit down.
Oh my goodness. My job. I consider myself to be a resource.
Not too much, please.
Okay. A resource to the members in this district to aid you in any way I can to help you grow Rotary in this district.
Now, did your governor give you this book?
Yes, she did.
Have you read it?
Most of it.
That's another answer for no.
No. I read quite a bit of it.
Good. Yeah, you know, not only you got to listen, you also got to read. I don't mean to embarrass you. I really don't. I'm sure you have. Was there anything in here that it talked about how to organize the district that you can remember? You are. Don't worry about it. We're learning because they're going to emulate what you're doing. Okay.
There were some really good items in there. One of the things about organizing the district was, of course, to establish a committee.
Have you done that?
I have.
Okay. Is any of them here?
Yes.
Would you, those of you that are on his committee, I'd like you to stand at this point in time.
Stand up, Modi. Stand up, Modi. Hey, Modi.
I'll make a Modi. Ray.
I'm not on that committee.
Modi, come on up here.
Oh, you're making a mistake.
Interactive.
This is a mistake. You're making a mistake.
Ray's on our committee.
Ray Sanford. No, Ray wasn't. She just joined us for lunch.
Oh.
Just wanted to eat for free.
Yeah, free lunch. Okay. But you were the sucker that said yes, I'll do this, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. How many do you have on your committee?
What?
All right.
It's early.
It is early in the year. How many do you think you need to be on your committee? It's in the book.
It's in the book. I don't recall what the book said, but I would imagine 4, maybe 5, Sometimes you get too many Rotarians on a committee and nothing gets done. That's just my opinion.
I got to do a lot more training here. No, go away. Go away. Go away. All right. How many clubs are in this district?
45.
45. The recommendation for you is to have 11 members on your committee, 1 per 4. All right. Why do you think that we ask you to have 1 per 4? And this is going to come down to the club levels. I'm starting up here at the district level first, and I'm going to bring it right on down to the club levels in a few minutes, and it'll affect all of it. But why?
I would imagine that Rotary feels that having one membership person responsible or available to 4 clubs, it just gives those clubs better access to membership. I think.
Okay, good answer. Have you got an assignment of any clubs at all that you're responsible, or are you responsible for all of them?
I'm responsible for all of them in general. I specifically asked him to give me a specific assignment, and he told me he's going to do it, and he never did.
Good answer. All right. It is fun. I'm having a great time. All right. In learning the program, there's rationales and reasons behind everything that is recommended. And by the way, Roy, you don't have to do anything. The Ignite program is a living document. And we say this to everybody, and it applies to everyone that's sitting here. You don't have to do anything that's in the book. If you don't like it, don't do it. But there are recommendations that you ought to consider. So this is the reason why we suggest that you have 1 per 4. He should get an assignment of 4 clubs. Now, when you get that assignment, has he given you your job description yet?
Not really.
What did he say to you?
He told me, Modi, let's go for lunch, I'm hungry.
And you paid? Oh my God! You know, Roy, you're a greater leader than I thought, because no one ever pays for me. I mean, why?
He always seems to lose the wallet.
You're taking a beating. You're taking a beating. All right.
That's our moment.
So we recommend that you have 1 member of your committee for every 4 clubs, because what was it? Was it Monty? Modi. Because Modi, in his 4 clubs, he's planning on visiting them how many times?
1.
Wrong. 1 time.
I'm Jewish, I'm saving on gas.
God bless you. So what do you think? What do you think? Let's just make the assumption that Roy did his job. Get over here. Get over here. Get over here. Listen, I've done this a lot of times. Roy, this is typical what's happening here, so it doesn't bother me in the slightest. It's just saying, in any program, it takes time. And we start building the foundation. And that's what we're doing today, is we're building foundations so that in the future, next year and the next year and the next year and the next year, all of a sudden we're rolling. Okay? And I will give you, I'm doing really good time-wise. I'll give you a lot of information for your clubs in a minute. But I want to get to the district level right now. If you were to visit your clubs for 4 times, which is the recommendation, what do you think that you would do over there?
I would observe how the club conducts the meeting, where the meeting is conducted, what kind of speakers they bring in.
Wonderful ideas, but what would you do for membership? Because that's your job.
That has to do with membership, I think.
Okay.
The way the club operates,
Yeah, you're right.
the speakers the club brings, and I would see the demographics of the clubs as well, and I'll ask what's being done in order to increase membership, and what worked and what didn't work.
Okay, good. So what I heard was that you're going to observe the club and give recommendations on how to improve the club, because we know that if we have poor clubs, people come and they leave. They say, I don't want to belong to that. That's a good recommendation. Number 2, you're going to look and see what kind of strategies they develop. By a show of hands, and I would like you to be honest on this. How many of you club presidents out there actually have developed a strategy to achieve your goal? 3. Okay? So now you have to ask yourself, well, wait a minute. If we don't have a strategy yet, how are we really going to achieve the goal? We've established goals. One of the things that we'd like you to do is to sit down with the 4 presidents that you're assigned to and discuss with them their goal. Okay? Their goal, not your goal. Not Ray's goal, because the truth of the matter, and not Roy's goal for sure. No. Listen, be happy. Because the truth of the matter is that Ray's goal and your goal mean nothing. 0. Nothing. But what does mean something is when the club forms its own goal. Now, all of you that have a club goal, let me see your hands. Raise them high. Look at that. All of a sudden we got, and these are all the club presidents, we got probably most of the club presidents here have established a goal. So your job is to make sure they establish a goal before the year starts. Before the year starts. When does the year start?
July.
Very good. I got the right answer. Okay. Your goal is to, lucky guess, right? Your goal is to help them establish strategies. Do you have any strategies?
I don't think there is a specific strategy for every club. I think every club has its own personality, and there might be different strategies for different clubs.
That's right, but most of the club are going to ask this one question. And you're absolutely right on that. You're 100% correct. You picked a real good guy, you know? you know, that's your number 1 job.
Just him and I were going to...
No, you got to get help. Because I will tell you, Roy, the truth of the matter is this. You are, excuse me when I say it this way, you'll be destined for failure if you don't if you don't get some more help. Because this job is bigger than what it appears to be. And so when you start spreading it out and saying, look, I need you, and you're in charge of those 4 clubs, and you should help that club establish their goal, and I'll tell you how that's going to be done in a little bit. And you help them establish their strategy, because here's a whole list of strategies that I can give to you that you can share with them, and you're absolutely 100% correct when you say that, hey, each club needs to establish its own strategy. Not something coming down from the director, or coming down from the governor, or coming down from Roy, or even coming down from you. You're a resource. That's what you said first. You're a resource. All right, you can relax, but you can't, Roy. I didn't.
Good job, Modi.
Well, I'm gonna make you a star right now. One of your most important strategies for success is to hold a membership seminar in July. And I want to congratulate you for having such a wonderful group of people out here and getting this organized and getting set. He called me a long time ago and said, hey, will you come to this membership? And I was thrilled because, look, he's doing it right. This is the time. This is the place. And thank you, Roy. Okay.
Thank you.
And there's a whole job description in that book. You know? And then there's one for him also in that book. And you give it to him. We try to make your job easy for you.
All right. Very good.
Let's give him a hand. What do I do with my water here? I'm getting dried up. Oh, this is me. Okay. All right. So we took care of the governor, and we took care of the district membership chairman, and now we're going to start going down to the club level. All right. Because really, that's where the action is. We all know in Rotary that nothing happens unless the club presidents decide to make it happen. And I'm going to suggest to you that you follow the Ignite program. You know, how many of you presidents received this pamphlet? Good. Is there anyone that did not receive this pamphlet that's a president? Okay. Those, Ray, do you have extra ones of those? Great. And if not, I brought some extra ones myself. Club presidents. How many of you read the pamphlet? About half. Okay? All right, so if you're going to be serious about it, I would recommend that you read it. And I would like you to know that if you look at this real close, we're not dumb. I think there's like 8 pages in here, and that's it. We made this very small because we know if we made it too big, it will not work. Now, we're going to start, questions are going here. Presidents, raise your hand. Okay, how many of you presidents have a membership chairman in your club?
In the front row.
Who said that? Who said that?
Alan.
And you're the man they are referring to?
Yes, sir.
Good. Alan, where are you?
Right here, sir.
Okay.
In the back row.
Did Alan give you this?
No.
Yeah. That's right. No. Alan didn't give this to you.
No, Kip, the former membership chair, did.
Do you think Alan knows that you have one of these? You're protecting him, aren't you?
No, I'll throw him under the bus for
Oh, that's got to be a big bus.
Alan,
Yes, sir.
Alan, we're gonna save your neck here by making the assumption that you knew that he had one of these. All right. So, and you've read this, isn't that right, Alan?
Yes, sir.
Great. Okay, come on up here, Alan.
Let me get my notes.
You know, Alan.
See that big board over there? I'm actually giving a little presentation. On Ignite.
On Ignite?
Yeah.
So you do know this
Yeah,
program?
we're the first premier club in District 5320.
Oh, congratulations.
I actually had one thing to do with it. I brought in one member, but Ellen Turnbull, our former president, was the one who got our former chair.
That was Ellen?
Yeah.
Ellen, good. All right, so you do know about this program.
Yes, sir.
All right, what's the most important thing that you could have done?
Bring a new member.
Well, okay, and you know, I can't argue with that. What's the second most important thing?
Ignite the membership, get them on fire, you know.
And how are you going to do that?
Well, we set goals for the club. Last year we set a goal of 8. We brought in 11, correct? 12, thank you, 12. And, you know, membership retention is an important part of it as well.
And we're going to go over that in a little bit, okay? What else can you do? What else have you already done that's sitting in the first row for a little clue to the question I'm asking?
Well, later today I'll be doing that giant card presentation. That's part of the original program. It's that little spreadsheet.
All right.
So we enlarged it life size, even almost bigger than me. And
Let me help you. I'm trying to ask this question. No, don't worry about it. As a club president, what is the most important person that you call to a position, and who would that be, and what is the position? And he's sitting at the front table. Sometimes you have to just kind of drag these things out. All right, the membership chair. And what kind of person should be the membership chair?
Somebody who's dynamic and a people person like Carl is.
Carl, come on up here.
Lucky you, Carl.
And you think this is the right guy here, huh?
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt.
I'm not.
All right, so first of all, you guys already started, and you're in a year ago, got 12 members, and that's fantastic. And what's your goal this year?
8.
8. And how did you arrive at that goal?
We just sat down and